Good morning, grade 8. Welcome to the second quarter of statistics class. Let me discuss with you the performance task, which is integrated with your health class. You are going to make a survey on communicable diseases. Communicable disease is an illness that is transmitted through contact with people, animals, food, surfaces, and air as they pass infectious illnesses from one host to the next. The most common methods of infection are the exchange of fluids or contact with the contaminated substance or individual. These are the top 10 communicable diseases in the Philippines. Your PT is to gather data for a survey on communicable diseases and release a half-page article containing the results, detailing the extent of the disease's effects to the respondents and suggest ways on how to minimize the possible occurrence of the disease. Your role is that you are a group of student writers in Plaid Ideas. And you are to write this article on communicable diseases together with COVID-19. Your target audience is the stakeholders of the school. And this is to keep everyone informed on how to minimize the occurrence of the disease in the future. As product, you need to gather information pertaining to common communicable diseases that affected your respondents. Highlight the trends in the duration of each of the stages of infection. You need to create a survey questionnaire through the MS Forms. The questionnaire must contain 4 quantitative questions. 2 of them would generate discrete data and 2 would generate continuous data. Then, interpret the data gathered using the measures of central tendencies, location, and variability. You may use the formula or the MS Excel in generating the values for data interpretation. Then write a half-page article for Plaid Ideas that will describe the survey results and come up with suggestions on how to minimize the occurrence of the disease to any members of the AA community. The other half of the page is meant for the data summary in graph and table form, with the suitable photos or graphics. Here are the criteria for the PT. Accuracy of computations, accuracy of interpretation of data, accuracy of graphs provided, suitability of the survey questions, and teamwork, because this is a group PT. So the first thing that you have to do is to create a survey questionnaire on communicable diseases with the MS Forms. Here is the list of topics in the SMO for the second quarter. We will start with the population and sample. As you notice in the figure, the population is the whole group. And you get a sample, a small group, from the population which will represent the bigger group. As you can notice, under the population, we have census, and this is the study that is made for the population. And the study conducted in the sample is called survey. The numerical values that would be computed from the population is called parameter, while the values computed from the sample is called statistic. So what is a population? It is a set of all elements, individuals, items, or objects whose characteristics are being studied. While sample represents the population being studied. If it's a good sample, then we can draw conclusions pertaining to the whole population. And that's what you call inferential statistics. So what is census versus survey? Again, like what I have mentioned, census is the study of the population, and the values that are computed from the population is called parameter. And what you see here are samples of parameter shown as a capital N, which corresponds to the population size, the Greek letter mu, which is the population mean, and the Greek letter sigma, small letter sigma, for the population standard deviation. And then the values that are found in the sample are called statistic. And the sample size is represented by the small n. And the sample mean is represented by x bar, while the sample standard deviation is represented by small letter s. The need to know the difference between the parameter and statistic is needed for one to know whether these values came from the population or from the sample, without asking the people who conducted the study. These are the different types of data. The two main types of data are quantitative and qualitative. The quantitative data is about information that indicates how much of a given characteristic a person, object, or event possesses. Information that can be subjected to arithmetic operations. While qualitative are categorical in nature, this information cannot be meaningfully subjected to arithmetic operations. These are the different examples of qualitative data. We have sex, color, occupation, birthday, telephone numbers. Although birthdays and telephone numbers can be expressed in numerical form, but they cannot be subjected to any arithmetic operations. Therefore, they are under qualitative type of data. There's no sense in adding telephone numbers. There's no sense in multiplying birthdays. And there are two types under this. They are called discrete variable and continuous variable. Discrete variable can be expressed using whole numbers. It takes values that are obtained by counting, such as number of employees, votes, pages in the book. All of these are represented by whole numbers, such as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. They cannot be expressed in decimal nor fraction form. You don't say there are 1.5 employees, you don't say 1.2 votes. They are represented by whole numbers. For continuous variable, this can be expressed using fractions or decimals, can take on an infinite range of values between two integers. It takes values that are measured, such as weight, distance, and temperature. Let me give you some examples of quantitative questions. One says, how many different vaccines for communicable diseases have you completed since birth? So is this discrete or continuous? Type your answers. Yes, this one would generate discrete data because the number of vaccines have to be whole numbers. Either you don't have any, 0, you have 1 completed vaccine, 2, 3, or more. The next question, how long did it take upon exposure until you have started to experience any symptoms of the most recent communicable disease you have contracted? Is this discrete or continuous? Please enter your answer. Yes, the length of time can be expressed in different units. It can also assume a decimal answer or a fractional number. So this one is continuous. Can be 1.5 days. It can be 2.3 days because of the number of hours proportional to 1 day. After this video, I need you to work on your activity 1. Check your parts 1 and 2 with the answer key posted in the class notebook. And then work on the part 3 and submit through the assignment tab for checking. Then I need you to share your answer in the share board. Answer this question, what is census of population and housing for? Thank you and have a nice day.